At the coronation of King Charles III, it's natural to reminisce about the royals of the past. While we may think of the fabulous courts and beautiful women living in luxury, the reality was different. Royal princesses of old were not always as comely as we may think due to their lack of hygiene and powerful stench. Let's take a closer look at their nasty hygienic habits. Toilet habits. Thanks to their terrible lavatory facilities, both the men and the women of the court were known to be cavalier with their private time practices. While some men were known to do their business off the palace balconies, while the women were known to simply lift up their skirts and do the do without being seen. This was probably because of a lack of modern-day bathrooms back in the day. In the city of Versailles, for example, at the time of the French Revolution, there were only 9 working bathrooms and about 300 chamber pots in the city. However, some women simply took it too far. For example, the Duke of Saint-Simon tells of Marie-Françoise de Brancas, Princess of Harcourt, in his memoirs. Not only was she rude and violent to her servants, but she also seemed to be incontinent and didn't even care about it. In the memoirs, he tells us that Princess de Harcourt would eat and drink to her fill before relieving herself immediately, much to the disgust of the other members of the court. As she walked away, leaving a filthy trail for her servants to clean up after her, she would simply say that she was ill, a lie that deceived nobody. Maybe if there were more bathrooms in the city, people like her might have saved herself from the embarrassment, that is, if she ever felt it. Dress. As bad as their toilet habits were, men and women alike were known to own some grimy clothes. As fabulous as they may look in paintings, these women's clothes always seem to have a bit of a funk about them. From the princesses who owned enough clothes to fit into a walk-in closet to the servant who only had a handful of dresses, these clothes had a terrible odor that they just couldn't get rid of. Perhaps that is because although their undergarments could be washed and boiled easily, the materials of the dresses were difficult to do to the material that was used to make the dresses. Expensive and particular, these fabrics were used to make the state clothes that the members of the court wore to gatherings. Although stains could be scrubbed off, there was nothing anybody in Versailles could do about the smell of body odor on their clothes. As a result of the inability to wash clothes, people were known to use scented sponges and herbal pastes to do their best to get rid of the body odor on their clothes. Women who wanted to mask bad body odor would often wear headscarves or textile ornaments scented with perfume. This was probably one of the few saving graces of such a musty time. Dental hygiene. Even back then, people had to deal with the adverse effects that sugar had on people's teeth. However, unlike us, the royals of the past didn't understand that they were not supposed to overindulge in sweet treats. In fact, as sugar was a luxury that only the nobility could afford, these royals pretty much put it in everything possible so that they could flaunt their wealth while enjoying a sugar treat. Couple this with a lack of dental care, and you can be sure that there must have been some serious halitosis going on back in the day. Take Queen Marie Theresa, the wife of Louis IV, already known to have a terrible set of once pearly whites. It only got worse as she ate more and more chocolate snacks. Shame she couldn't settle for an omelet. Menstrual and pregnancy hygiene. Unfortunately, even the royals of the past were not afforded the same options women today have when it comes to handling blood flow during their menstrual cycles. The only options they had were rags that some women used on multiple occasions before cleaning and reusing them. As if that wasn't bad enough, the unsanitary practices during childbirth were even worse, as they had no idea that such an environment should have been kept as clean as possible. Women normally had many visitors around as they were giving birth. As a result, there were many mortal childbirths. This persisted until the 19th century. Thankfully, those unsanitary days are over. With that, this video has come to an end here. Be sure to like and subscribe for more exciting content like this. Till then, bye.